Okay, hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Okay. Twitch TV. Gonna take me to the pop-out. Hopefully the chat will work without me going to the main page. Gonna take me to the pop-out. Hopefully the chat will work without me going to the main page. Close the sound for this one. Let's see, so it should be working. I have no people watching. Oh, Andre. But it doesn't show it says 0, but I already have someone, so I don't know how this count works. Okay, so today I'm going to continue coloring pages from my comic book Niels Feynman's Time Traveling Adventures. My mouth is dry. I wanted to say Time Traveling Adventures. And first of all, I have to correct some of the backgrounds. But first I'll put the masks on so I can just color easily. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. If there's any issues with the sound or video, let me know. So this is page 35. We've not yet reached the middle of chapter 2. I was aiming to do chapter 2 as big as chapter 1, maybe even smaller, but I think I'm gonna give it more pages. It's kind of hard to kind of draw a line and say, okay, this is where we finish. This is how many pages going to be. I'm always tempted to put in more content. And just gotta learn to do less of that. Now all of the windows are actually she made an extrusion here, and actually it's supposed to be the other way around, so they're carved inward, not outward, and also you don't see the edge outside. So usually windows have both sides, but on the previous page with the kitchen she kind of drew them flat, so where was it when he wants to throw Irwin out? 32. Yep, so it's kind of flat, so I'm gonna do it the same everywhere. It's a weird building to begin with. Like none of the windows are symmetrical and of equal size. But what I love about Clip Studio Paint is that it's like super easy and you can edit multiple layers at the same time. So that's really nice. this window ink. Or maybe I can move the windows. Let me see if I can do that. That would make more sense. Okay. Should be more like this, and zoom like that. Gonna delete the extra stuff. We'll go something more like this. Kind of. Okay, and that line there. And then also I gotta draw one on the outside, which is going to be the kind of the edge. And it's not parallel with anything, but considering how crooked the window is in real life, it's always a tough choice when you're oops. Drawing based on reality, and sometimes in reality it doesn't look that great, and you kind of have to make a artistic choice. Are you going to correct and make it better because you have the power to change it aesthetically, or are you gonna leave it crooked as it is, and people will think that you did a crappy job? Now I want to get this base color down. Will it select? No, it selects everything. Okay, so I'm gonna erase these details here. These lines are super crooked. I'm gonna try and adjust them a bit. It's also kind of a perspective, so it doesn't need to be completely parallel, but you know, still. Also, the windows should have like some thickness. Hi, Ada. I'm correcting a window. Have you seen how the building looks? I mean, it's just I don't know if it's art or a marvel of architecture, but none of the windows are as they should be. It's like the weirdest mashup of windows and buildings. Now, where's the print screen for it? So this is where Newton lived while he taught at the Cambridge University, and you can see here maybe how all of the windows are, and this one's a bit to the right, and like here you have this gap for whatever reason, and just Frankenstein. And I'm kind of trying to make something out of them. That is understandable to the audience of what's going on and how the windows are placed. And it's pretty confusing to look at. And if anybody pays attention to these windows, they're gonna think, oh, you know, they weren't able to draw the windows properly, but actually we're drawing them how they are in reality. Okay, so this window here, I'm gonna copy it, and I only need one set. And fortunately in Clip Studio Paint you can do this. You can edit multiple layers. So all I need to do is this, and it's super easy. Like by far the best program to do line art in at the moment, as far as I can tell, Clip Studio Paint is the easiest to do this stuff in. And I would have to draw kind of another line here, actually. Need it to be a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna erase it. And now I think it looks as it should, although I'm not sure about that line, how it would look. I need to look at a window in perspective, because I'm not sure where it's supposed to kind of extruded. It's a pretty complex shape, and I kind of needed a reference. I think I'll do something out of paper, because I'm gonna sit and draw now. Or maybe I can just use my own window. I think I did it okay. So something like that. But like there's something definitely wonky and wrong with that perspective. Like I feel like it's not okay. And I really can't tell, but I think she comes over the window, so no, she doesn't come enough. And this is how you do it, kids. When you don't know how to draw windows in perspective, you just put somebody over it and try and hide your mistakes. No, actually it should have been there, like June put them in the right corner, but oh well. Like there's so much detail in a window and the perspective is hard to draw. So my feeling is that this area is kind of too high up and I need to bring it down a bit. But that's the issue, cause you can easily trick yourself with what you think should be and what it actually turns out to be. I think I'm gonna leave it at this. It's like a super small panel when taken into consideration with the rest. And like the table looks crooked to me as well, but actually when you look at the lines it's okay. Still there's something off about it and I can't put my finger on it, but yeah. This should have been, oh, it's missing part of it. Okay, so I can't move that, but maybe I can move the line. On which layer do I have the line? Window. Oh, okay, window. Window ink. We're gonna turn off the little table. And this is gonna be corner ink. And yeah, it should actually be something kind of like that, not tangent. And then maybe I can move that window and without it looking too weird. But like in the lower part it's shifted, is not right at the end, so whatever. I think I've given it enough thought. Okay, so now I gotta look at the map. Where was it? For the room that I kinda made. So it would be kind of here, yeah, at the wall, and there's like nothing behind it. Okay. Maybe I'll put some paintings on the wall with things, or like a map, or what should I put? I should put like those projector, what's it called? Board? Projector board. Yeah, something like that. That is a very simple frame. Like, I don't think I need to put too much on it. So that is in panel 4. So I'm gonna collapse this one and go to the other one. And I'm gonna write in the back, projector board. Grand Grandboard. Yeah, it's a good name. Fitting. And the links, so I'm gonna clear up some space for me. Why is it not? Oh, because I'm not drawing on a vector layer, stupid me. Okay, I have to redo it. Okay, so convert this one to layer 2 vector. There we go. Okay, so now I should have all of those eraser features that I wanted. Can I select a line? Move layer, move grid, move object, maybe? I can't duplicate it? Doesn't work? Doesn't work. Change thickness, select an object. No, it doesn't. Copy, paste. Okay, now I have to. Oh, okay. So it does work to do copy paste. I'm kind of still learning this program. There are a bunch of things that, I would wish I had from other programs, but this one might have them. It's just that I don't know about it. It has so many options and buttons. It's pretty crazy. I didn't put it in the right place. Okay, can I select these and move them further? I cannot group them, but it works. It works. I can do this. I can move them like that. Super cool. I don't know why it leaves me these little stupid dots everywhere, but it's really annoying. Anyway, so I got the projector board there and the granny bot and stuff like that. Okay. And in panel 1 he should have like the table behind him and new vector layer, table. I'm gonna turn them off so I can draw. Okay, and let's see if I can do a straight line. But I should be able to do shapes. Wait, why am I complicating my life needlessly? Like there has to be. Okay, ellipse. Oops. What the hell happened? Okay. Combine selected, and then I'll just erase the extra stuff. And these points here, I will connect them further up. And that should be our table. And since I did it too thinly, I will correct line width, and I will say scale up if it works. Okay, now it's starting to get some thickness. Let's see if it fits with the other lines. Okay, it fits. The leg would be next to him, so I need to draw some legs for the table. Oops, too thick. Why still too thick? Why is it so thick? Why is it so thick? Okay, I will close this and reopen it. I don't know what's going on. Clip Studio Paint often does things that I don't understand what it's doing or why it's doing. I may have pushed some button somewhere, but until I find out how to make this program work, I'm just gonna have to do a lot of guesswork. Although the other lines, they kind of have to be somewhere around here. Should be something like that with the support. And also I have another character here that's gonna be typing at the computer, so I'm gonna get a copy of the laptop, futuristic laptop thing. Here in panel 8, PC. I wanted to kind of pop out of the middle somehow. And you know, kind of try and make it as futuristic as possible. To move it a bit further, since it's kind of going to project the keyboard outside. So selection versus selected area, I'm gonna delete the extra. Okay, and I'm gonna do the keyboard in Photoshop later. Okay, hope you can hear me. Okay. I'm always worried that the sound is not working if people are not writing constantly in the chat. Laser keyboard. So this is what I'm thinking to do. Not sure how practical this is. I've never had a chance to use one, so I don't know if it's any good, but it looks very futuristic-y and interesting. So I'm gonna drag that to panel 1, and it's gonna be another character that isn't drawn yet. And so I'm just gonna put it there in a corner. And I'm gonna go look at the cover, so I'll make sure I'm consistent with how the characters look. So I need to draw the little kitty with the what is it? Painting? No, I don't want it to paint. What the hell? Can I zoom in, please? Zoom, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna be kind of going for Judy Hopps' Zootopia suit there. And I don't want to put too much detail on it, cause it's gonna be super small, and usually like you have a lot of detail in a corner, it's just gonna distract. It's not texture. Okay, convert to layer. Vector. Eesh, horrible lines. So definitely not that route. To vectorize a layer, it's a bad idea. T-Girl ink. That's the table, okay. Background 4 is gonna be in folder 6. And 7 is okay. 8 I have to put on some okay, let's see what's in the background. So there's a dresser, and those gray things I'm not gonna put them anymore because they're just occupying space needlessly, so I'm gonna need to edit this map. Oh, I can just put some more screens. So folder 8, just a rectangle there, but I want it to be bigger. Yep, that's more of a normal size, and I have to put it on its own layer so I can edit that. Hi Anna, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Can you? Oh, okay, you can hear me. Good. I'm like always concerned that people can't hear me. Oops, don't want that to shift. Okay. So now I think I can start putting the colors. I just needed to adjust some stuff in the background. Okay, and put the cover final here in Clip Studio Paint so I can get my colors. How have you been, Anna? How's it going? His nose is also brown. I'm trying to draw one of the 10 style challenges. Yeah, it's a lot more difficult than like I initially thought. Like I have to actually do some bit of research before I start drawing. And I don't know, I just haven't been feeling that great the last couple of days. I don't know if the background, the head of the links is okay with the line art. I have to check it because I didn't give it much thought initially. Links head, links back of head. Okay, so this is actually how it looks like. So yeah, I guess the lines would go and complicated code it has, like super complicated. Okay, so it's gonna be white with at the ears. But it's like a super fun challenge. I really wanna finish it. Maria said she's super busy this month, so we kinda decided to leave it for the whole month. Like there is no expiration date for the event. Anybody can do it when they have time, so hopefully everybody will get to do it if they want to. Actually, I'll see if I can try and prolong this one. But I don't have like a arch pinch. Let's see. What the pinch? A stupid, very stupid pinch. Okay. I'll just adjust it from here. Like it doesn't have that busy curve that you have in Illustrator, which is really useful. And it's kind of unfortunate. And like it has some white parts. Something like this. And I guess some white lines. I'm gonna go hopefully I'll never have to draw the back of his head ever again, because it's super confusing. I'll just leave it like that and kind of make it out of colors without the lines. I feel like there's too many lines and it's gonna be a confusing design. So this is gonna be my compromise. Okay, panel 4. And for color, I think this is the ink. Color. And I'm gonna open one of the older pages where I have the granny. So 31 would be good. engineer. And he's mostly gray. Have the pink squish beans. And she's gray, the suit. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. But I wish I could put some music. Usually when I draw, I put some music on, but because I'm streaming, kind of can't do that. Even if I turn off the monetization, like I still can't put any music that I don't own the rights to, and of course since I'm not a musician I can't put any songs on. Would be nice if I can put some covers from Keirani, but she also talks during her songs sometimes. She kinda pauses to say hi to everyone who joins the stream, so they don't really work to put on the stream right now, because you would hear lovely music and then hi someone, hi another person, like hear that. the eyes? Oh, they're completely green. Okay. I'm not bored of what I'm doing, just falling asleep. Whenever it's super silent, I tend to kind of fall asleep. Um, Often it can lead to like embarrassing moments. Bye bye, good night. I'm glad to have you on the stream. So, I was talking about something. Oh yeah, one time, like, my new employer, the junior manager, assistant, whatever, was talking to me. Yeah, and she was saying something important, and I was listening. It was my sister, Ada, and she's using my brother's account, and his name's Adam. Yeah, confusing. Yeah, and she was telling me something important about a project that I had to do, but we were all working in graveyard silence, and she was talking to me, and I was like trying not to yawn, and I was like, you know, it was like trying with all of my strength not to let my mouth open and yawn, and it was super embarrassing, and I was like, I'm not bored of what you're saying. I'm paying attention, I swear. Episode 6. That's the leaked one, I think. No, I haven't watched any of the leaks because I don't like spoilers like that. And it's fun to spoil for somebody else. It's not fun when somebody else spoils it for you. Now, I haven't watched it. I'm kind of waiting for it to show up. Like, I saw some spoilers for episode 7, like all of them have been leaked. So everything for season 7 has already been leaked weeks ago, but I kind of tried to avoid them because I want to have that wow moment when something awesome happens, because Game of Thrones, the TV show, is really good at that. And I would rather keep that surprise moment. You try to avoid the spoilers, but they bear sneaky. Yeah, they're very sneaky. Like, they appear everywhere. I keep blocking pages on YouTube, accounts on YouTube. But the spoilers are just, you know, everywhere. spoilers are coming. Honestly, I'm surprised how knowledgeable my husband is about the characters and the whole Game of Thrones thing, even though he doesn't watches the show. Like for example, I don't know if I can tell you because it has a bit of spoiler. Do you want me to tell you? Don't know. Because like for example, he showed me a meme and I was laughing, and then I thought, but do you know what it's about? And he's like, yeah, that character said this before he died, uh, and it was about that other character that they previously killed. Yeah, so there's a meme with a cat that has a curtain on its head, and oh, I think you should know because it is in the books that Olenna killed Joffrey. I mean, it's confirmed in the TV show, but not in the books. Olenna, cat, Olenna cat meme. Like, I don't know if I can find it again. Me cat. Oh look, yeah, like this one's been circulating on the net with the text, of course, and the cat is saying, "Tell Cersei, I want her to know it was me." I think in the books it might have been differently. Like I heard some theories about how um, Littlefinger didn't actually have anything to do with it, and it was actually Tywin who was trying to kill someone, and or Cersei was trying to kill Tyrion and she actually accidentally poisoned her son. I mean, honestly, those theories sound more fun, but I can understand why the show would rather go with that than something else. I mean, I can totally understand the point of view of those guys with the theories, because like it seems like a super convoluted plan to me as well. You smuggle the poison on Sansa and you include this drunk fool, and it was like overly complicated in my opinion. I think it would be much more simpler for, Tywin to try and poison someone and he accidentally poisons Joffrey or something like that. Considering how many people dislike Joffrey, like it can be any number of people who try to kill him. Yeah, but like that doesn't prove anything. There are a number of things that could go either way in the books, and I think that's really interesting that you never know for sure. And it kind of mirrors real life a lot more, but for TV shows it doesn't work that much. You definitely have a different audience than for books. Like for books you can um, have a broader audience, certainly because the financial investment is generally smaller, so you can have more people that get invested into it, and you can borrow books. You finish reading a book and you give it to your friends, and then the other friend gives it to somebody else, so you can have a lot more access and more people that want to join in this. For TV shows is not that much. I mean, usually they just want to relax. They don't want to overthink. That's why people watch TV. They don't watch it to get overly complicated and convoluted. And of course, you can't put all of that detail in a TV show. Plus, like it's a totally different medium. In the books, you can give partial information, but if you give partial information in a TV show, what do you do? Do you like cover stuff up, or you put in very dark light, or you just put a weird camera angle so that you don't give other information up. And also you can do like different types of associations in a visual medium than in a book, like to confirm the theory that Jon Snow is a Targaryen, they just put the baby that Lyanna gave birth to next to another frame with Jon Snow, and people there were like, "Ah, Jon Snow is a Targaryen, yay!" Which, you know, if in the books you talk about someone and then you talk about somebody else, you don't usually make the same connections. So, for the sake of simplicity and better storytelling, they chose to kind of simplify a lot of things in the show, and I'm not upset with that. I don't like it when things are, you know, convoluted and unclear. Like I get that from the news all the time when I watch the news and I'm confused, like, wait, who, what did they do? Like, for example, now in Charlottesville in US, there's been neo-Nazis going around killing people. Um, and amongst those neo-Nazis were some Romanian neo-Nazis, and I'm like, what the hell are they doing in the US? And then uh, I think some of them are from Romanian immigrants that went to the US and then they became Nazis, but their parents might have been Nazis already when they left Romania. And they're going around with t-shirts from a guy that was super racist and a murderer, and apparently he was in cahoots with the Russians, but he was a Nazi. And I'm like, what the hell? Who's on which side? Who's sent you? Who's financing you? What? What? It's like super confusing when you try and read the news or watch the news. And then you have to like go in the history books to kind of find out who's who, and then the history books are also written by various propaganda interests, and you don't really know what's who is where. So I think this is why people prefer Game of Thrones. You got the political intrigue drama type stuff, but it's like really simplified and it's easier to kind of follow. And you don't have that political aspect that, you know, is always an issue, that, oh, this is biased or that is biased or this is propaganda or that is propaganda. Like usually people when they watch a fantasy, they like take it at face value that that character is good and that one's bad, and as the end of it. I don't think it would have near as much success Game of Thrones if it didn't have boobs and dragons. I played a game that was so gloomy and in portraying actual politics. I played it only once. Well, yeah, it's generally very depressing. Wait, which side is... I think this one's the white side. Yeah, the right side is the white side. It's like super depressing, and I mean when I was little I would watch like History Channel and be like, wow, such innovation, such awesome architecture, such amazing something and something, and then like you grow up and you realize that all of those amazing buildings, like for example Notre Dame and pyramids and stuff like that, and all the moments when they had a lot of growth, like for the Roman Empire, and their amazing conquests and expansions, and it was a slave-based economy like that. Usually they don't talk that much about it in school, and how much it sucked for the person who wasn't rich. This is panel 3. Okay. Like, you're not gonna get kids to pay attention in history class if you're too realistic about it, I think. If you're too honest about it. It was a moderate party are the future. The moderate were social sect and propaganda. Sorry, I didn't really understand the phrase. Maybe I think you missed some words, right? I'm not sure. Because sometimes social media censors certain words. Like when there was the crisis in Charlottesville, I couldn't write the name of the breed of this cat, which is Maine Coon, and like that's a bad word, and I couldn't write it in Facebook, so I don't know, maybe you missed some words as well, or they got censored. Like, I don't have any filters on my chat, simply because I have people from other countries sometimes writing to me. And they're like adverbs in Romanian that are considered bad word in English. But Anna, if you can like explain more what you wanted to say, I'll be happy, because I didn't understand what you meant. That game wanted to promote social democratic parties like the best in the world, but in the game all parties were corrupted or were nuts. Ah, so you didn't understand what the game was going for? Oh wait, because it's goes like this, because the tail is black as well. I mean, at the moment, the richest and most stable countries are socialist democratic. So I'll be Scandinavia, Germany, France. Like these seem to be doing best. I think technically Greece and Italy are the same, but it's just... I think any kind of political orientation party, whatever, could do well as long as there's no waste of resources, no oppression of any minority, stuff like that. Like if everybody's allowed to do their thing and there's not much theft or crime. There's definitely some environments that or political orientations that kind of do foster corruption and abuse more than others, for sure. The game was disappointing for me. It came also when the Italian government fall for the second time and evade from reality in a game that talks about politics propaganda wasn't fun. At least make the game with a happy going politics. Have you played Tropico? Like, I think in terms of political themed games, like Tropico does the best job. It's funny, it's witty, it's fun to play. I especially like the campaigns and how they mock various dictators, and they mock everybody, like the British, the American. Everybody gets mocked in that game, like nobody escapes it. And I think it's a Bulgarian game or something, a company that made it. I think that is so. I'm gonna go look and check and see. Tropical. Oh, something like that, but it's super fun. My favorite one was Tropico 4. Tropico 5 has been simplified, so maybe go play 5 and then go play 4. Let's see. Developer stops Federal Interactive. Tropico 4 was my favorite. Well, let's see. Develop Pop Top Software. I don't know these guys. It's Missouri. I thought it was initially I thought it was Russian, but Gathering of the Federal Interact. Who's this guy? London, UK. It doesn't seem to be Bulgarian. I don't remember why I thought it was Bulgarian. Hi June, how are you? I was telling Anna about Tropico. So it's called Tropico, and I recommend 4. And it was like super funny. You play as a dictator that gets this island to manage, and you have to gain independence from the colonial powers, and then you go into the modern times and you have to develop nuclear weapons, and you have the Russians and the Americans and kind of sticking their tail in everywhere as usual. And it's super funny, and you have like this incompetent prime minister that is illiterate, and you can start a dynasty, like have kids of your own, and you can send them to college in Europe, and they're like gonna get drunk and go with their Ferrari out through a window or something like that. I mean, if you make enough kids, some of them will be useful, some of them will be useless. You know, but it's a super fun game. Like, it's not depressing at all. It's hilarious. And your Minister of Education is this sexy teacher that constantly bugs you to do stuff. You have the church that wants to shut down all alcohol, all education. And if you don't build any churches, then you're gonna have radical Christians blow your palace up. Like, I got killed by radical Christians in the game. They're not specified as being Christians, but it's a church with a cross on it, so you're playing as the dictator of a banana republic. And now Tropico 5 is 6 is coming out, and the trailer is absolutely hilarious. He gets in an argument with Trump or something, I don't know. Or he's upset that Trump is tweeting, so he starts to tweet as well. Tropico. Tropico 7 trailer or 6. I think this is the one. And it's just super funny because you have like all of the ministers that were trying to coerce you to do what they want. Like you have the nationalists, and you have like this fat Latino skinhead that wants you to keep making statues of yourself, and he wants to kick out all the non-native Tropicans. What else? You have like the hippie movement that shuts down your mind. So if you do mining too much, they will blow up your mines and then attack your palace. I didn't have that much problem with the hippies because all the time I go the tourism route, so I invest a lot of money in tourism because it's super easy money. I don't destroy the environment that much, so the hippies are happy, and I get a lot of money. The Westerners are happy because they come and they spend their money in my tropical island paradise. If I do tourism, everybody's happy, so I think that's like the easiest, best investment you can do. And you can import like all the goods you want. Like you can import gold and make jewels and sell them off, and that's like super easy money. And of course you got the foreign characters that you have to deal with. Like for example, there's one guy that looks like Jacques Chirac, but he plays this stereotypical Arab guy, and he comes to you needing to loan some money because he has a harem, and all of his wife's birthdays are at the same time, so he needs to buy them birthday gifts for all of them, and he doesn't have enough money. But when he does pay you back, he like gives you interest, a lot of money. He's like generous. So if the Arab guy comes borrowing money, it's okay. The Russians and the Westerners, usually when they wanna loan money, they don't give it back. But they don't ask for money so bluntly. They like make you do a whole bunch of investments and buy stuff from them that you don't really need, and if you don't comply, they'll invade you. Like if you don't play nice with the Russians, they'll send the KGB to assassinate you. I don't know if the CIA invades that much. Like I usually generally never had that much problem with them because I've been like pro-Western in my choices. But like they will bomb you if you side with the Russians. Where is Link's color? There we go. Yeah, let's see. What are the pant colors? They seem to be the same kind of dark green. But after you play the campaign, like Tropico gets a bit boring. I'd say that the strongest point it has it's the political jabs. In terms of like city building, it's not that fun to me. Like I'm not that into city building. You have a whole bunch of crops and stuff that you can grow. Um, but they're super small, like you can't really see them. You can zoom in a lot for sure, but it's not as fun as games that are dedicated to farming. Yeah, it's definitely not yours, but Anna wanted a not depressing political game. We were talking about Game of Thrones earlier, of course. Um, an episode got leaked in advance, so there were some fun memes around. Anna shared one. Game of Thrones leak. Let's see if I can find it. Um, hackers can't get if we leak it first. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I don't know where that meme was. It's in Anna's feed. Yeah, I hate games that try to do politics propaganda and fail in its example. Like, I think you'll really enjoy Tropico. It's super funny. But it's a difficult game to learn in the beginning, because like I said, every faction wants something from you, and the religious people got angry at me a couple of times because I wouldn't build them churches, so they like assassinated me a couple of times. And I think one time the KGB assassinated me because I was like, I don't want any Russians on my island, get out. And so they killed me because I didn't want to play nice with them. But you know, I've learned you like build one church and build one rum distillery, and like you can avoid assassinations. Like that's the bare minimum. And then whenever they ask for bribe money, like give them the bribe money and they leave you alone. Yeah, they burned down my palace, and I didn't at the time I had made a lot of investments, so I didn't have enough money for the army, And so I didn't have enough soldiers when religious people attacked my palace. So yeah, the meme I was saying about was a guy saying hackers can't leak our episodes if we leak them first, because I think in Brazil or somewhere they leaked an episode by accident. And now the internet is full of spoilers, and I'm like trying to avoid the spoilers. And it's super hard because I keep getting them in my feed. And at one point I saw news that, oh, one of the dragons is going to die and is going to become a white zombie dragon. I was like, no, stupid spoilers, I hope you're fake. But it's probably true. Because I'm like, there are too many dragons on one side, so story-wise one of them is gonna end up on the evil guy's side one way or another, so it's probably gonna get killed and resurrected by the zombie king. And I'm like, no. Also in the books there's apparently there was a dragon underneath Winterfell that got released when Winterfell was burned to the ground. I don't know how true that is. I haven't gotten past book 1. But yeah. So I definitely recommend you give Tropico a try. It's a super fun game. Just like be careful with the factions. Like if you neglect one, and you're gonna have a panel there where it says which faction has what approval rating for you. Long Live the Queen is a queen simulator where you have to help the princess become the queen. That girl dies for the most stupid things. No, I'm sorry, she dies so quickly. It seems like a lot of effort. In this, in Tropico, you're the dictator, and everybody has to do what you say. Like, generally, it's a good idea to be friends with the army. Like, don't skimp on the army's salary, because then they're going to betray you when the Russians or whatever invade. Hi, Chiltus. There was another video game where you were a queen, but I don't remember. It was something for free to play on itch, I think. They have a lot of neat games there. Let's see, green, green, green for the badge on the shoulder. There is a review that made me laugh so much. You made her study dance. She died because she fell. You had to make her study gymnastics. Oh, really? It just seems like you're having to take care of a retarded child. which I guess is a very harsh criticism on rulers and monarchs. Do you remember the name of the game? Hi Caesar, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? The game is long. Oh, yeah, you said it before, sorry. Okay, let's see. Long live the Queen. Oh, it's one of those JRPG things. I hate those so much. But the graphics are nice. At least they know how to draw pretty girls. That girl is so unpleasant. You can hear me fine? Good. We were talking about Game of Thrones and video games. I don't remember. Did I tell you about Tropico, Caesar? It's a really fun game. I mean, it's fun for me. I don't know how fun it's gonna be for you. But I like it how it kind of makes fun of dictators around the world. Ceausescu appears there quoted. Like, I never really paid attention to what nonsense Ceausescu was saying, but it was fun to see him quoted there. Oh yeah, you know about it? Good. It's fun. I definitely recommend it. Yeah, dictatorship simulator. I mean, it was pretty hard to learn at first. My husband got it the first time, like people loved him and they never tried to kill him that much. I got killed twice. Usually by religious fanatics, because I didn't want to build them any churches. So I was like, no churches for you, go out my island. And they assassinated. They blew up my palace. They blew up my palace. I'm so upset with them. They're not even real, but I'm upset with them. I'm like, damn you. Also, I didn't want to do what all the things that the Russians wanted, so I was like, nope and nope, nope, and keep refusing their quests, because you got like things they ask you to do and you can refuse or accept. And I was like, nope, 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 nope. And they sent the KGB and assassinated me. Stupid pixels. Okay, let's see. Lynxes. What color eyes do lynxes have? Lynx face eye. Okay, so they have like bluish green eyes when they're adults. Okay. So actually it should have made it green, not white. In fact. Panel 6, okay. 977, yeah. Links. Color. My father used to cheat settlers' campaigns. He made enemies Pacifics, so he conquered them. Oh. That's the Roman blood in him. He likes easy conquest. Lynxes are cool. They're the Romanian national animal. What? I didn't know that. I thought it was a cow. I could swear, or maybe that's just for Moldavia. I don't know for sure. Maybe Moldavia has the. But I think for a Romanian national animal, it's the falcon. It's some kind of falcon because it's on the flag. It can't be the lynx because we don't have it on any of the regions. So for Dobroja it's the dolphin, something like that. Or at least that's what they told me in school. The lion, I forgot for who it is. I think it's Transylvania or something. Or the eagle thing is for Transylvania because it has like 7 castles there. Yeah, it's a weird choice, but it's the official one. I can't believe that. Râsul. Ce căcat de site ăsta? am.ro. I don't know what that website is. Unofficial symbols, blah blah blah. Where's the national animal is that Dacian Draco is a half fish, half auroch. But this is stupid because birds are animals. Like, I don't know how you can have a national bird and a national animal. And why do we have a national poet? Like, what's the point of having a national poet? And you don't have a national painter? Where's like the national painter or the national musician? Like, why do you have a national poet and not the other arts? It's just stupid. The line is for Oltenia and Banat. Like, were there ever lions in Oltenia and Banat? Like, where did that come from? Oh, if I Google for it, links appears on Google. Yeah, that list is super stupid. National animals. Let's see. Italy. Yeah, I didn't. Italy. Huh? Where's doesn't appear? Okay, I'll just scroll till my finger falls off. Iran, Iraq. Where's Italy? Iceland, India, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Israel. Where's Italy? Like, why is it not on the list? Maybe they don't have animals? In medieval times, I think there were lions in Europe, so maybe there too. Lions disappeared from Europe in the Ice Age, so long before any coat of arms were invented. No, Italy, I can't find it. Yeah. But anyway, having a national animal and a national bird is just stupid and goes to show you that they've never opened the biology books. Like sometimes I find like politicians or people that should know better say that funguses are that mushrooms are plants with no chlorophyll, which is just retarded and ignorant and just makes me scream at the screen. Like, why haven't you ever opened a biology book in all of your life? UK have the unicorn. Well, they're the Great Britain, so they need to have superlatives for everything. Scotland. Oh, Scotland. Well, I'm easy to jump on the British and like be angry at them. I admit it. I don't like them. Every time there's something bad that happens on the news, like they're usually involved. For Europe anyway. So panel 3, I wanna do the background. Okay, background color. Oh yeah, well, North Koreans national animal is a Pegasus. No way, seriously? Like, why would they want that? Let's see, North Korea. No, North Korea. Cholima. Let's see. What's a cholima? 1,000-mile horse. Winged horse, okay. China, so it's an Asian Pegasus. Why not? I think China has a dragon. Cyprus, Cuba, Croatia, Colombia, China. Yep, China has a dragon. Let's see. Hi, Kirani. Let's see how we can have a hello, Kirani. Yay, feel nice to do that though. Day off. Hi, dear. How are you doing? We were talking about national animals. I just found out the national animal of my country, and I didn't know it was the lynx. I thought it was like a cow or something, but it was only for one part of the country. Where was it, Niels? Pages. Where was previous page 34? Okay, open it. No, Italy doesn't have any animal in that list, so I don't know what your animal is. We're like beavers or moose. I think probably, yeah, for Canada. Let's see, Canada. Sovereign animal symbol is the beaver, and the national horse. Okay. Like, these lists are just pulled out of asses for sure. There's no rules to it. Also, belated hello. Bots letting me type again. Wolf for Rome, lion for Venice. Let's see, where is it? The animal for my city is a pig. While considering how good your prosciutto is, like I would want a pig to be my symbol as well, or a duck. I really like duck meat, but pork meat is like more versatile. I don't know, and easier to prepare and stuff like that. Like you have a little bit of meat on a duck, and a lot of bones. A pig is definitely easier to manage. The village in Monrova had more pigs than people. Well, usually parliaments have more pigs than people, so you shouldn't feel too bad. There's always someone that's going to have more pigs than you. Let's see. On the screen here. I have a sharp tongue. I know. I'm sorry. But like, come on, if you lived in a country like Romania or Italy, you would be upset too. Come on. Like there's in Romania they're stealing debt. Like there's no more money to steal. There's like no more stuff they can plunder, so they're like borrowing money and stealing that. It's just horrible. I mean, it will take centuries, decades, whatever, to recover from what's going on. That's also amusing. Every city have their own. It's like the story of most of the world bunch. Yeah, a lot of they have coat of arms. Many cities. I really like this. This idea of coat of arms and flags and stuff like that. And it's pretty common. Like, have you seen the coat of arms and flags? I mean, I don't know if they're called coat of arms, but let's see. Flags, coat of arms, Japan. Like they have so many flowers on their flags. It's super pretty. Usually European coat of arms have animals, but like the Japanese ones have plants. A lot of plants. About a bajillion types of cherry trees, cherry flowers. Like I don't know, they look so similar, all of these. If you were a soldier on the battlefield and all of these looked like this, I mean, I would be confused. I'd be like, who am I supposed to attack again? I don't know who to stab. I think this is a butterfly. I think it's the first coat of arms with butterflies that I've seen. I don't know who this is, but it looks pretty. Like I've been meaning to get into the Japanese coat of arms for like every little region, but I just never get around to it. And since it doesn't appear much in animes or stuff like that, I usually forget it pretty quickly. Like I think I can recognize the Tokugawa one because I went to the museum. Tokugawa flag. Yeah, it's the thing with the three heart-shaped leaves. But why isn't it in so many variations? Yeah, I think this is the one. It's usually used. Oh, yeah, so it's Tokugawa family crest, Kaiji, Kaneji, Kane Temple, Ueno, Tokyo. I was talking about coat of arms and flags and continuing the discussion. Now I've been thinking if that chair is correct for the time. Not 17th century chair. Oh, so I think they did have like it was like covered in leather. So is this what you were going for, June? Because I don't know. Like, were you going for a pattern or something? English I guess it could be something with velvet like this. Yeah, I think velvet would be nicer because I can give it a color. Like, I'm surprised how very little some of this stuff has changed over the centuries. I guess you can beat a good design. Hope it's understandable that he kind of switched positions from one to the other. Okay, and the background, I want to do the wall a pale green. And since more light is hitting that one, I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, it's almost 5. I'm gonna have to end soon. And I'm gonna make the floor a lighter brown. Yep, something like this. Okay, so this is gonna be it for today. This is Thursday. Next week I will color a new page because this one I have to publish it this Sunday. So thank you all for watching. This was page 35 from my comic book Niels Feynman's time traveling adventures where cats rule the future and they kind of go and make sure everything stays the same. And there's also a kid that, you know, he wants to go and visit his hero Isaac Newton when he published the Principia Mathematica. It's a very important physics book written in Latin. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Take care.